For years, I had contemplated buying a 3D printer to make tools, gadgets, and enhance my woodworking and metalworking and other DIY projects. I wasn't exactly afraid of building my own printer or get something in the experimental stage, but I just didn't have time for that. I needed a tool. So I just waited until somebody could sell a virtual plug-and-play machine. I knew it would cost more, but would be worth my time saving. When the Bambu Labs X1 Carbon came out with the AMS, it looked like I finally found my machine. I bought it a little more than a year ago, and I literally printed my first 9 items that first day. I was pretty happy. It was instantly obvious how you need support for some prints, but something really confused me. When ordering Filament, I kept seeing the Bambu support material page. It made no sense to me. I was probably just ignorant, but that picture, that really didn't have much explanation, looked like some kind of Lego blocks to support overhangs, or looked like you had to print large blocks of solid support materials. Yeah, I was wrong. Not only has Bambu again almost automated this process, but recently they made it even faster and less wasteful. Let me show you a few of the things I've learned to make this painless, faster, and more cost-effective. So, what are support materials and how are they handled? Basically, a support material is a plastic type different from the one you're using to print, and which will stick enough to your print to allow a smooth print, but will also break off very easily at the conclusion of your print. And it is not printed as a whole block of support material, but rather as a thin layer or two between your regular filament support and your print model, as shown here. Not only does support materials make it easier to break off the support, but some are even dissolved in certain liquids. For example, a PVA filament can be dissolved in water and can be used for PLA and PETG. BVOH filament can be used for even more filament types and can also be dissolved in water. These filaments are quite expensive, so if you don't need soluble properties, there are much cheaper alternatives. Here are the most common. For PLA, you can use PETG, or my new favorite filament, PETG High Flow. It probably comes as no surprise you could do this in reverse and use PLA as a support material for PETG. For ABS filament, the cheapest solution I've found so far is HIPS, or high impact polystyrene. It happens to be soluble also in limonene. Limonene is not cheap, but HIPS is. I found it for about $20 a kilogram. At the time of this recording, I don't believe Bambu Labs sells HIPS, so I'll leave a link in the description where you can buy that. Now let's take a look at how easy it is to use support filament. In Bambu Studio, the process is almost automatic. I will use one of my dust collector parts for this demonstration. This part needs lots of support. I'm going to stand it on this edge you see right here. As you can see, this area needs support, and those areas would be very difficult to clean out with regular support. I also need support in those areas. The part has threads which do not need support. We may have to deal with that. So here's how we set this up for printing with a different support material. I will use a blue PETG High Flow for the part itself. And now I need to add a different filament for the support material. I have a gray PLA loaded in the AMS. Then I'll set up the support without using the separate support material. Enable support, I'm going to use tree and slim tree. Slice the plate. As you can see, when it's set to the normal 30 degree threshold angle, indeed I get all the threads with support. I don't need that. So I'm going to change the threshold angle. Let's try 15 degrees. Slice the plate again, see if that fixed it and still leaves the supports I need. Well, I guess not. I'll try 10%, 10 degrees. That took care of it. No supports on the thread, and I have the supports here where I need it. Let's look at the bottom. Yeah, everything looks good. Obviously, if I leave this alone and print it, it's going to be almost impossible to get this support material out on the bottom and in these areas in between the bracket and the nozzle. Look at the numbers here. The total print time is 2 hours and 15 minutes. And it looks like I'm using a total filament of 57.44 grams. Now let's set up the support material. It is really simple after the latest update from Bambu. All I got to do is go in here in the support raft interface, change that to the PLA, run a slice plate again. And here we go. You get the little tower, and you can see we get a little bit of support material there. You won't be able to see it on the bottom because it's been between the standard support and the part itself. The print time increased slightly to 3 hours and 23 minutes. And we are now using a total of 76 grams of the standard, the PETG material, and about 6 grams of the support material. Prior to the last Bambu update, you did have to go in and change a bunch of settings. It's totally taken care of now, and it also uses a lot less support material and standard material for the print than it did before. It's a huge improvement. I'll see if I can find from the website a little graph of what changed. I have printed this part in the past without using a separate support material. And not only did it take me forever to remove the supports, but I actually damaged the part. It's still kind of difficult with this kind of part, but it was a huge difference. Look how easy it comes off. In the small bracket slots, I did have to use a little screwdriver to get the material out, but it came out without damage and relatively easily. So I found the release notes for Bambu Studios update to version 1.10, where they show the optimization of filament or color change. Looking at this, I can see that the ratio saved should be 429 or 333, going from blue to gray and vice versa. So almost 23% saving, and there's also significant time saving. Trust me, I've printed this before with the traditional method, and took a lot longer. A few final words. I've recently chosen to use filament support materials almost every time I need print support. The increased print time and filament waste is easily justified by the quality improvements and the post-print efforts. The process has been made so easy that it's a virtual no-brainer. I hope this video helps some of you with your 3D printing. As you probably noticed, I used many screen clips and video clips straight from the Bambu website. I encourage you to explore their pages yourself as they keep improving the information available. I also encourage you to watch other YouTube channels, as there are many far more advanced YouTubers than I. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.